Steve Wickens, Wickens Engineering Limited in Worcester. We design and manufacture solutions for the storage industry from our purpose-built factory in Worcester, and we have been doing so for 40 years. We want somebody who's very strong in terms of SEO, and Blue Box seemed to fit the bill after looking at several companies, and their modern approach also impresses. Probably since we've launched the new website 2 to 3 years ago, we've had in excess of £1 million worth of work where we've had a direct introduction from the website. Well, as we buy over £1 million worth of steel a year, we therefore spot buy on our steel purchases, and it's very important that we get the best price. We used to do this manually by individually faxing inquiries to steel suppliers, and then reviewing and putting the data on a manual sheet and going through and faxing all the orders off and so on. It's very time consuming and probably took somebody around 20 hours a week to do that process. Plus we found we get errors because you have to retype things and lengths can be wrong, quantities can be wrong. So we wanted to automate that process and make it as slick as possible. So we asked Blue Box for a bespoke steel purchasing website. What we ended up with was a web-based tendering program where automatically our steel suppliers could receive an inquiry, the prices would come in, they'd be sorted in order, and all we had to do to actually purchase those goods was to do a single click to send the order to the supplier. We estimate that this process now takes us only 10 hours per week to purchase all of our steel, bearing in mind that we're probably turning over twice the amount that we were when we originally had a manual system. So effectively it's only 25% of the time we used to spend on steel purchasing, plus savings in terms of errors and so on. As well as vendor appraisal, the system also allows us to check our invoices online, so we don't have to raise a whole amount of paperwork, and also review cost per tonne, so we can monitor if steel prices are starting to move by creating graphical trends of the steel prices. Apart from steel purchasing, the other large cost for us is labour, and we used to monitor this with an off-the-shelf system using swipe cards. However, this was clumsy to use and was unable to be linked to any of our other systems, so we asked Blue Box for help. Blue Box wrote a job costing system utilising touch screens on the factory floor. This now gives vital information including individual performance on jobs, shows comparison of predicted and actual labour and materials and our performance overall as a business. This is broken down into processes and automatically imports all steel costs from the original steel purchasing system into the costing reports. As we're trying to improve productivity continuously, this enables us to measure performance and react accordingly and look for improvements. If our times aren't matching our predicted, then we look to why, or if we perform very well, again we can look to why. We can monitor added value for a day, a week, a month, whatever period we choose, and therefore effectively look at profitability instantly that we've passed at a certain time period. This means that instead of waiting for monthly figures to be produced by accounts, we know at the end of the month, virtually within 5% probably, of our profitability for that period. So far, since we've been measuring our performance in the factory, we've improved productivity by over 20% and continue to increase productivity further by measuring and reacting to that. We can also make accurate pricing decisions based on our performance on previous jobs and reflect that in our pricing moving forward. The more productivity improvements we can make, the cheaper we're able to sell our goods if required, and therefore the more we can get and increase our turnover accordingly. It's very simple. They have a touch screen, they touch the name, the job number they're working on, and the process. They don't have to log off a job because automatically they log off and log on to the next one. So it's very easy for them to use. It's very good. We continue to use Blue Box on a monthly monthly basis. We retain them to make further improvements as we move forward. If you have any issues at all, which is rare, they can help us. They're on the end of the phone. And the next stage of Blue Box is to incorporate a quality control system into our job costing system, so that we can automatically measure whether we're checking as we should be. We currently have a paper-based system which is proving difficult to use because the whole amount of paperwork, because every work job we make is bespoke, there's a drawing for every job, but making it computerised is going to be a lot slicker and enable us to meet our requirements for ISO 9001 that we achieved last year. We have a number of IT systems here, including the web-based ones. The web-based work that's been written by Blue Box seem to be the slickest and they work the best. We've been looking at replacing most of our systems, our access database and so on, with something similar to SAP, and found that it's really not worth the expense or the effort when our web-based system's currently working so well. So, because it's so easy to work with Blue Box, we've decided to incorporate our general purchasing into our steel-based purchasing to make our processes slicker, and also our production access database, move part of that into the job costing system. So our whole IT system will therefore be driven by the work that Blue Box have done, and that's probably a very strong recommendation for Blue Box.